Welcome to DEFCON 3. I'm KT McFarland. North Korea is preparing for a fifth nuclear bomb test. Well, that's according to South Korea's president. She's ordering her military to be on alert after a flurry of activity at one of North Korea's nuclear test sites. So is the country getting close to making a warhead that could fit on a long-range ballistic missile? And should the United States be worried North Korea can nuke the United States? Well, joining me now with analysis is Dean Chang of the Heritage Foundation. Thank you, Dean. And what do you think? Should we be worried?
Absolutely, because one, we are seeing a concerted, consistent effort on the part of the North Koreans to demonstrate to anyone who's paying attention that they have nuclear capabilities. And whether or not a particular missile test, engine test, or bomb test works, at some point they're going to get the stuff right, because in a sense all of this is just engineering. They're not working out the original concepts anymore. You put enough time, energy, and money after something that's already been done by other people, eventually you'll get there.
You know, Dean, so it's going to happen. The question is, when is it going to happen? Is this something the next president will have to face in his or her 4-year term of office, a nuclear North Korea capable of attacking the continental United States with nuclear weapons?
I think 4 to 8 years is a very, very long time, particularly, again, when you see the North Koreans just sinking the money and resources that they really don't even have, in a way, after this objective. So I think it's fairly safe to say. Also, it's important to remember, the North Koreans just tested a new rocket engine that looks to be really much more powerful, and if they make that to a working missile, will probably give them the ability to range the continental United States.
Yikes. Okay, so Donald Trump has talked about the North Korean nuclear threat and North Korea as a threat in general, and he said, well, get the Chinese to do it. The Chinese are the only ones with leverage over the North Koreans. What do you make of that?
Well, multiple administrations have tried to pressure the Chinese into getting the North Koreans into line. This most recent round of sanctions, the Chinese signed off. It's a good question how much they're actually enforcing it. But as a businessman, he must surely know that at the end of the day, the question is, what are you going to offer the Chinese to crack down on North Korea versus what are the North Koreans threatening the Chinese with, which is 10 million or so refugees if the Chinese push too hard.
You know, Dean, when you talk about hitting the continental United States, and you think that 4 to 8 years is, it sounds like that's a reasonable assumption that the North Koreans are going to have that capability. If we look at a map of an attack that would come from North Korea to the continental United States, what's our defense? Do we have any?
Well, depending on the route the missile takes, that's part of why we've deployed some missile interceptors up to Alaska. The idea is that they would be able to intercept at least the medium-range things. It's a matter of geometries, so it's a good question whether it would work against an ICBM that would fly higher and faster. We've been working on missile defense for a long time. I hope we don't have to find out how well it works.
Boy, that's not a thing you want to try out the first time and find out it doesn't work. Well, thanks, Dean Chang from the Heritage Foundation. As usual, a brilliant analysis of the situation in Northeast Asia.
Thank you for having me.
If you want more information about this, the developing story, North Korea's nuclear capabilities, go to foxnews.com. You'll find it all there. I'm KT McFarland, and thanks for watching.